Right now, students are gathered in Taylor Hall for the third annual read-in. This year's theme is Let Freedom Read. Hear why this matters so much to Kent State students.
Well, haven't been outside today. We have all the local forecasts and more later as we go in and tune into the weather.
The Cleveland Guardians and Cincinnati Reds put on a mini home run derby for Tito Appreciation Night. Who came out on top?
And do you think you know ball? Well, we tell you everything you need to know about how Fab is putting on Sports Trivia Night and more as TV2 News at 6 starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Thursday evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here at TV2 News at 6. I'm Matt Corrali.
And I'm Josh Aponte.
Let's begin tonight with an event that's going on right now at Taylor Hall. It is where students and staff can read excerpts from their favorite banned books.
That is right, Matt. And TV2's own Kennedy Gotham is at Taylor Hall right now and can give us the details. Hey, Kennedy.
Hi guys, that's right. I'm here at the third annual read-in. Right now, students are behind me reading passages from books they feel should not be banned. The annual event started after Ohio introduced House Bill 327, which would seek to prevent the teaching of, quote, divisive concepts in public institutions like Kent State University. Event organizers, who are also professors in the School of Communications, Paul Herodakis and Stephanie Smith, want to spread awareness about the harm banning books can create.
Because the prevalence of book banning and censorship is growing in the United States. It's not new, but it is growing, and we're seeing groups organizing around it and weaponizing books and ideas in ways that are antithetical to democracy.
To understand that we take for granted sometimes the rights that we have, but when we take those rights for granted, there's always someone there, a government actor, that's willing in the interest of the public to take those rights away. And when we don't stand up for them, that's more likely to happen.
Event organizers want to stress the importance of having access to literature. In an interview with Stephanie Smith earlier today, she said that she is concerned about the growing number of banned books in the United States. The event will be going on until 7 p.m. tonight, and they plan to have another one just like this next year. Reporting for TV2 News, I'm Kennedy Gotham.
Thank you, Kennedy. And sports fans, get on your feet and test your knowledge. The Flash Activities Board will be hosting a sports-themed trivia event where teams will be using whiteboards and markers, but electronics are prohibited. The first 30 people to attend will receive free stress balls. The trivia night is tomorrow from 7 to 8 p.m. in Tahini at the Rathskeller.
And if you go to order at either Taco Bell or Chipotle as a quesadilla, then you're in luck. 2 days ago was National Quesadilla Day, and Rosie's will be selling 3 featured quesadillas as part of the holiday celebration. Buffalo chicken, and cheese quesadillas will be provided from now until Saturday.
Good evening, Portage County. I'm Michael Nennan, here to tell you what the weather is like outside so you don't have to find out the hard way. Because currently in Kent it is 67 degrees and it feels like 67, so thankfully you can just take my word for it. The dew point is at 55 degrees with the winds blowing east to southeast at 9 miles an hour. The humidity is at 64% and you have a maximum visibility of 10 miles. Now let's see what's like tonight and into the morning. At 8, it will be 63. It will be fairly cloudy. It will stay into the 60s at midnight, but in the morning at 8 a.m., it will be rainy, and it will be at a slightly colder 55 degrees. Now, for the folks in the back who weren't listening, for tonight and tomorrow, we will see a low of 54 degrees. It will be mostly rainy, especially in the morning, with a lot of clouds. The wind will be traveling east to southeast at 10 miles per hour, and the sun will set at 7:14 p.m. So if you get there at 7:15 p.m., you'll probably miss the sunset. And that's all I've got for now. Be sure to check in later as we look at the local temperatures across Ohio and preview the 7-day forecast. Stay tuned.
Michael, thank you. Well, after months of back and forth, the Miller's Landing housing development in Stowe has been approved for its final plat. Our approver Alexandria Manthe tells us more about the Stowe Planning Commission's decision and why residents are opposed.
For a potential housing development in Stowe will move to City Council after Tuesday's final plat approval from the city's Planning Commission. Commissioners voted that the proposed Miller's Landing was up to zoning code. The vote was to happen in August, but was pushed back due to a lawsuit filed against the commission and City Council. The 45-home subdivision would be located at North River Road between Saratoga Boulevard and Marsh Road. Residents voiced their ongoing concerns on a number of issues, including safety for school buses in the area.
Cars come flying over that hill, and they're going to ram into that bus. And who's going to be responsible when a child or children are hurt or killed?
The plans for the major subdivision will move to City Council for a committee review and 3 readings. If approved, housing developers hope to begin construction in early 2024.
The Ohio Redistricting Commission has reached a new agreement. The bipartisan plan was passed Tuesday night, and the map shows a Republican to Democratic advantage, 61-38 in the Ohio House and 23-10 in the Ohio Senate. The meeting was said to have negotiations went on after the initial meetings on Mondays and were happening as the public testimony took place Tuesday.
Communities across Ohio are learning to live with deer in their area as it has been named the state's largest herbivore. Some worries include getting Lyme disease from deer ticks and deer overbrowsing. In response, communities such as Worthington in the Columbus area are putting together a deer task force to try to limit deer-human contact. The most seen deer breed, the whitetail, has seen its population multiplied 40 times over the last 50 years.
And with Halloween being just around the corner, the city of Wadsworth is asking for the community to get into the holiday spirit. The city is asking for people to play zombies in a recreation of Michael Jackson's music video for his hit song Thriller. The 2022 edition of the video went viral last year as it has been seen by over 2 million people on Facebook. Practices for the show will take place over the next few weeks.
And local theater goers might see some new upgrades to Playhouse Square. The new marquee is set to be unveiled tonight with the help of some star power. Construction began earlier this year on March 16th, and singer Andy Grammer is set to perform at the event from 8 to 9 p.m., and the lighting of the new marquee will happen around 9 to 9:15. Tinder's new program might make you want to open up that wallet. It's more than what you'll initially think, though. Find out how many hundreds of dollars it'll cost.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is TV2 News, truly Portage County.
Welcome back. The growing rumors of a government shutdown begin to grow every day.
Absolutely. With more, here's TV2's own Nikki Gasiewski with more on what to expect. Hi, Nikki.
Hey, guys. With the U.S. on the brink of a government shutdown, there's growing concerns about how it would affect transportation agencies and their employees.
We can't afford a shutdown right now because of the disruptions that it would cause to transportation. Look at aviation, where we've made enormous progress after the COVID-driven disruptions we saw a year ago. Cancellations are back down to normal after everything we went through last summer. This summer, they're actually a little bit below where they were before COVID. But in order to keep that going, we've got to be able to hire air traffic controllers.
Congress is divided with their attempts to prevent a potential government shutdown. The Senate wants to move ahead with a bipartisan package that would temporarily fund the government. Meanwhile, House Republicans need to pass quite a few bills before Saturday's deadline. This could leave millions of federal employees out of a job if the shutdown does happen. Amidst rumors of the shutdown, House Republicans still want to move ahead with impeachment inquiry. For President Biden, to work around a shutdown, GOP committees heading the impeachment inquiry will be deemed essential. The shutdown still would limit access to information from government agencies that will be temporarily out of a job. The committee currently expresses their investigation will go on uninterrupted. Still focusing on the GOP, which has announced the lineup for their second presidential nominee debate. Those announced include Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Tim Scott, Vivek Ramsey, Mike Pence, Chris Christie, and Doug Burgum. Asa Hutchinson did not meet the criteria to move forward. Former President Trump will be absent as he'll deliver a speech in Detroit instead. This 2-hour debate will start at 9 tonight. Moving down south to Texas. With the increase in migrants crossing the border, Texas is sending more National Guardsmen to El Paso. Within the last 96 hours, 600 troops arrived in the area, according to officials. This isn't the first time Texas Governor Greg Abbott has sent guardsmen to the border. Back in 2020, Abbott sent guardsmen to deter migrants from crossing the Rio Grande. Ending with good news, U.S. Army Private Travis King is being returned to the U.S. During a tour of the Joint Security Area in July, King walked into North Korea. King began his journey home to America at the border of North Korea and China. From there, he was transported to an air base in China, then to the U.S. Department of Defense. King is now expected to be taken to Brooke Army Medical Center in San Antonio. For all these stories and more, check out KentWire.com. I'm Nikki Gasiewski, reporting for TV2 News.
Welcome back. Grass grows, the wind blows, and folks, I watched it happen. Let us take a look at the temperatures around Ohio and check on the 7-day forecast. Starting in northeast Ohio, going from west to east. Sandusky is 69 degrees, as well as Mansfield. Going east a little bit, we get into the 70s. Cleveland is at 70. Worcester is at also 70. Kent at the moment is 69, with Canton at 70, Youngstown at 71, and up on the lake, Ashtabula is at a blistering cold 68 degrees. Now let's zoom out and take a look at the rest of Ohio. Now going from west to east, once again, Lima is at 71, Dayton is 73, Cincinnati is at 72. In central Ohio, Columbus is 74, Athens is 74, Steubenville is 71, and Akron is at 69. Now, let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. Now, as you know, going into Thursday tomorrow, it will be a little rainy. It'll be about 63 degrees, and you will see a low in the 50s. Thankfully, though, there won't be any rain for the rest of the week. Even going into the weekend, it will be fairly sunny. And on Monday, it will continue to be sunny. As we go into Tuesday as well, it will be mostly sunny before we see more clouds on Wednesday. And thankfully, it's going to be in the high 70s and high 80s, but that's all the time I have today. Be sure to visit KentWire.com for updates on severe weather. I've been Michael Nennan. Let's get back to the news.
Thank you, Michael. Hollywood is back. The writers' strike ended today after nearly 5 months. Leaders with the Writers Guild of America voted in favor of its members going back to work 1 minute after midnight Wednesday. Here's CNN's John Lawrence with more.
It's almost time to start rolling the end credits for the long-running soap opera in Hollywood. Almost time.
I feel tentatively great. I mean, it's a tentative deal, so I'm feeling really good.
After 148 days of striking on the streets, leaders of the Writers Guild of America unanimously voted in favor of their members getting back to work Wednesday. The tentative contract with the major studios includes pay hikes, stronger benefits, protections against the studio's use of artificial intelligence, and guarantees for streaming compensation.
Even if this deal goes through, we still have to get the actors paid, because our words are meaningless unless we have our talented friends out there putting them on the screens.
But there still may be another chapter, or plot twist, in this drama. The WGA tentative agreement is, by definition, not yet set in stone, and the Screen Actors Guild is still on the picket line.
It's hard to say, oh, the strike is over. Well, the strike isn't over because we still have days to wait to get it rectified and to get it voted on by the WGA members. And then there's the question of our strike.
SAG-AFTRA leaders say they are, quote, committed to securing a fair contract.
we live and work in a collaborative community, and we'll have to give a little bit in these negotiations as well as receive. So, as long as it's better than it has been.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Well, for some students that are attending Princeton University, they could have their tuition free. The Ivy League university said that those whose parents make under $100,000 a year will have their college tuition covered by Princeton. Previously, families who brought in less than $65,000 would receive full financial aid. Thanks to this change, 25% of Princeton's student body will now have their college tuition paid for. And if you are a Tinder user, you have a small chance of being part of an exclusive and pricey club. The dating app has announced that Tinder Select will hit the service where they will invite users to be a part of the club. Some perks include direct messaging people first without matching and viewing profiles, but it comes with a cost. Those will need to pay $500 a month to stay a part of Tinder Select.
And Targets are getting ready to close some of its stores' doors. The company is closing 9 stores in major cities across 4 states, saying that theft and retail crime has had a major impact. Skeptics say that the stores don't have enough information to back up the claims. The closings will shut down stores in New York City, 2 locations in Seattle, 3 locations in Portland, 3 locations in San Francisco, and Oakland.
Well, stop me if you've heard this before, but Taylor Swift is in the news cycle, and Heinz is shipping her and Travis Kelce in order to attract sales. It's releasing a limited edition ketchup and seemingly ranch sauce. A Swift fan says that's what she appeared to be eating at Kelce's NFL game on Sunday against the Chicago Bears. The sauce isn't new, and Heinz usually calls it Cranch, but 100 bottles will come with this custom label.
Well, a Taylor Swift double whammy for you, Matt. Well, the Swifties have a new theory about how Taylor Swift left the Chiefs-Bears game on Sunday. Rumors have circled that she made an exit by cramming herself into a popcorn cart. It's all part of the craziness over the pop star's apparent romance with the Kansas City Chiefs tight end star Travis Kelce. The Swifties think that she was trying to escape being mobbed by fans.
Kent Soccer took home some hardware after a terrific opening to conference play. Find out who after the break.
So a 200-pound turtle walks into animal service. We tell you the bizarre story.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
Good evening, Portage County. I am Blake Goloja with your TV2 Sports Report. A major trade went down in the NBA today, but let's first start with some soccer. After winning their first 2 conference games, the Kent women's soccer team swept the Mid-American Conference Player of the Week honors. Elisa Arthur earned Offensive Player of the Week after netting 2 goals in 2 games, and Kelsey Salopek was named the Defensive Player of the Week. Arthur currently leads the Flashes in points, goals, shots, and shots on goals, while Salopek was pivotal on the defensive end in both conference wins so far. Kent is back in action on Thursday, taking on Eastern Michigan. And with the NBA preseason set to kick off in just over a week, a blockbuster trade today has captured the sports world by storm. According to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, Trailblazers All-Star Damian Lillard was dealt to the Milwaukee Bucks in a 3-team deal that includes Drew Holiday and Suns DeAndre Ayton heading to Portland, while Yusuf Nurkic and Grayson Allen are heading to Phoenix. This gives Damian Lillard exactly what he wanted and propels Milwaukee to a clear favorite in the East. Now from the hardwood to the diamond, the Cleveland Guardians welcomed in the Cincinnati Reds. Let's head to Progressive Field. It was a slugfest in Cleveland as 8 total home runs were hit. We're going to start it off right here with Bo Naylor as he gets a hold of that 87-mile-per-hour changeup from Hunter Green and sends it into the corner bar in Cleveland. A nice 375-foot shot. But Christian Edwin Encarnacion Strand gets it right back, taking the Reds' lead 4-2, 405 feet to left field for Encarnacion Strand. Cole Calhoun's going to keep it going. We've had home runs to all parts of the park so far as he hits this one to the deepest part. 6 of the season, 25 ribbies for Calhoun, a great veteran pickup. But hold on, back-to-back like Jordan 96, 97. Jimenez sends a solo shot 15th of the season, ties that game, and it's only the 3rd inning. We're going to jump to the 9th. Ellie De La Cruz, it's 9-7. Reds took that lead back. Watch this moonshot. 467 feet, 119 miles per hour off the bat. De La Cruz, 2 home runs in this game, and they win it 11-7. And that is all for sports. For updates on all things Kent State athletics, follow TV2 KSU Sports on X and Instagram. I've been Blake Goloja. Have a great evening, Portage County.
And everyone knows Shrek is love, Shrek is life, but does Shrek live comfortably? Well, you can decide yourself thanks to this bed and breakfast suite. What are you doing in my swamp? More like, spend a night in my swamp. Airbnb is making every Shrek fan's dream come true, to spend a night living in everyone's favorite ogre's home. They have recreated the house based on its first appearance from the 2001 movie. Shrek Swamp is located in the Scottish Highlands. Interested guests can request a 2-night stay starting October 13th. Up to 3 people will then get to visit the unique home October 27th through October 29th.
And that is not the newest offensive lineman of the Dallas Cowboys on your screen. That is a 200-pound tortoise, and it is making headlines as it showed up outside Dallas Animal Service headquarters without an owner last week. Officials said that it was bizarre, but they brought the turtle in, named it Wendell, and posted his picture online and asked if anyone wanted him. More than 20 people did, but the original owner, Gabriel Fernandez, went to get him back after the post was uploaded, and it turns out that's not his only pet. He has 41 other critters in his home, and the turtle, which is actually named Lorenzo, used to live at the zoo that was used for the Netflix hit show Tiger King. Gentlemen, the more you know. I mean, that's just really one of the more fascinating stories, I think, in my time here at TV2.
I want to know where does he live? Is it how far did that turtle walk to get to that shelter?
I'd say pretty far, but hopefully not that much.
That's crazy.
It has to be a bit.
I mean, he must have been racing a rabbit or something.
That's the only explanation.
Yeah.
That's it.
So I hope he won the race.
Don't, brother. Hey, I want to rewind back, though, to Shrek.
Right.
I want to know which Shrek is your guys' favorite Shrek?
2.
2?
I love 2.
Two's a good one.
Two's a good one.
I'm going to have to go with Shrek Forever After. That is,
oh,
yeah, that
wild
one
card.
is
Wow.
my personal favorite.
Hot
It was the only movie that almost made me cry.
Really?
Almost. Wow.
Really?
Oh, stop
Almost. Blake?
I love Shrek 2, but I'm an OG. Shrek 1. Just give me the original.
Yep.
Just give me
That's
the
what
original.
I am.
Yep.
The music in Shrek 1 is so fantastic.
Yep.
Absolutely.
You can't beat it.
And that's all the time we have for you today. Thank you so much for joining us.
For updates and all these stories and more, visit our website.
And follow us across social media at Kent Wired. I've been Josh Aponte.
I'm Blake Goloja.
I'm Michael Nennan.
And I'm Matt Caroli. Have a great night, everyone.